Have you ever imagined yourself getting lost and wandering in the middle of a desert? When thinking of the desert, we often think of the extreme heat of the weather or the large bodies of water amid the vast dunes created by the mirages. The heat is so intense that even camels get lazy because of the sun. But there is a truth that not everyone knows. Deserts can freeze at night. You didn't hear that wrong. We might have to hug a camel and sleep in the desert at night to stay warm.
Oh my God! Wow!
And this strange phenomenon happens every evening in many places around the world. So how does a place that feels like a blazing hot frying pan turn into a freezer? The answer lies in this video. First, we need to understand what a desert is. So, what is a desert? Contrary to what you might have thought, a desert is not just an unbearably hot place. It is simply a place with a dry climate and a lack of water for a long time. The annual rainfall here is extremely low, under 250 millimeters per year, which is about the amount of water in a bottle of mineral water we drink daily. So, can places like Antarctica or Greenland be considered deserts? Aside from the freezing cold and year-round snow, the rainfall is extremely low and the air humidity is very low. Sounds logical. Did you know humidity is the key to retaining heat in an environment? Water vapor in the air acts like a thermal blanket for the earth, but in the desert, there is no such blanket. During the day, the temperature is like a hot frying pan, but the temperature drops extremely fast at night without water vapor to retain the heat. It's like cracking an egg in a frying pan and immediately throwing it into a fridge. So why is the desert so unbearably hot during the day? During the day, sunlight shines directly onto the ground. With nothing to block it, no clouds, no humidity, and no protective layer, the light shines directly onto the sand. However, sand is terrible at retaining heat. It can heat up quickly and cool once the heat source is gone. It's like your ex.
Damn!
During the day, desert temperatures can rise above 50 degrees Celsius, enough to make you want to put on an apron and head into the kitchen. As the sun sets, the light fades and the desert starts releasing its heat into the universe. With no water vapor or clouds to retain any of it, the temperature drops rapidly. This phenomenon is called radiative cooling. In places like the Sahara or Atacama Desert, you can wear shorts and drink coffee during the day, but by nightfall, you'll need to put on thick jackets and wrap yourself in blankets, just like in Antarctica. In some places, the temperature difference between day and night can be as much as 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. It's like a red chili pepper slowly turning purple.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
So where does all that heat go? It doesn't go anywhere. It blends into nature because there's no way to keep it. At night, standing in the desert feels like being in a freezer. In the Sahara, the temperature can reach 50 degrees Celsius during the day, but at night it can drop to just 10 degrees Celsius, or even below 0 degrees Celsius. When the sun rises in winter, we need to burn firewood to stay warm. The Atacama Desert also has one of the most substantial temperature differences. Imagine going on a desert trip and forgetting to bring a warm jacket. Sorry for you. How about the animals here? The hopping mouse is an intelligent creature and a master of avoiding the sun. During the day, it entertains itself in cool underground burrows, waiting for the sun to set before coming out to forage. Its burrow is like a nuclear facility underground, keeping it warm at night and cool during the day.
And where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bed.
Desert snakes do the same thing, burrow deep under the sand to keep warm and wait for prey. Scorpions are like snails, moving slowly and conserving energy. Like frugal people, they breathe less and move less to conserve water and energy. The beetles also have a special body. They can collect a tiny amount of moisture in the air at night, retaining moisture and heat. And then there's the desert fox. It has oversized ears, not to hear better, but to cool down like a fan. During the day, the heat accumulates in its ears and is released outside. And at night, it folds its ears to keep warm. How about the plants? Cacti are survival experts in the desert. Their bodies are filled with water like a biological thermos. Most plants in the desert have a waxy or hairy covering that prevents water from evaporating during the day and keeps warmth during the cold nights. Some plants choose to stop their activities at night. They only operate during the day, and all their actions are precisely calculated to maximize heat retention, like a stingy person.
One winner later.
Humans have also adapted to these harsh conditions. From ancient ancestors, people lived in tribes. They knew how to withstand the cold of the desert at night, using thick fabric tents to retain warmth and building adobe houses to live in. These homes absorb heat during the day and radiate it at night. People living in the desert often wear multiple layers to protect themselves from the scorching heat during the day and the cold at night. Today, engineers in places like Dubai or Arizona still apply ancient techniques to modern technology by constructing homes with insulation, windows that change color with temperature, and walls designed to absorb and retain heat. So, to survive in the desert, we need to learn to become friends with nature.
And where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bed.
Mars is often compared to a superdesert. The air is skinny and can't retain heat. The temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius at the equator during the day. At night, the temperature can drop to several hundred degrees below freezing. So living in the desert is probably better than living on Mars, right? Because of these similarities, NASA scientists often choose the Atacama Desert in Chile to test robots and exploration devices, simulating missions to Mars. The Atacama is super dry and super cold at night. Its gravelly terrain is like a miniature Mars. The only difference might be the low gravity and the absence of extraterrestrial life. In other words, deserts are like laboratories, miniature models of different planets. If you haven't had the chance to experience space travel, you can experience it right here in our deserts. Just one day of surviving and watching the night sky in the desert. Wow! You've got the qualities of an explorer. But recently, climate change has made the desert less cold. This might seem reasonable for us if we want to experience it, but it's a terrible sign for the desert ecosystem because the plants need cold nights to trigger their blooming mechanisms. Many animals also need the cold to start their reproduction and metabolism or come out of their burrows to search for food. Climate change could disrupt their biological rhythms and cause the ecosystem to become more chaotic. The artificial light from desert cities like Las Vegas or Dubai gradually erases the desert's characteristic darkness. The rise of high-rise buildings, cars, and roads is changing the temperature of the desert. From a place that was cold and wild at night, it's becoming a hot land with no clear day or night. Humans are using this to adapt to nature and break the laws of nature. This could lead to an imbalance in the entire Earth someday. Imagine one day the desert becomes a second Amazon. We won't be able to tell what is natural and what humans have created. If you've ever camped in the desert, you'll understand one thing. When night falls, the desert does not go into hibernation. It just becomes quiet, like it's gently breathing. If you sit quietly for a while, you'll hear the wind passing through the rocks and insects clicking beneath the sand. Above, the sky is so bright that it feels like you're floating in a galaxy. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to follow more exciting videos.